Chargers fans can rejoice in the fact that Brandon Staley is no longer their head football coach after yesterday's 63-21 loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. No, I'm not a Chargers fan. To the Las Vegas Raiders, and it's hilarious seeing that the head coach didn't get fired yet before today. He was fired, and this is the first time the Chargers have fired a head coach since 1998 during the season. It's also their third head coaching change in the last couple of years. Interestingly enough, Staley did make the playoffs once, had a chance to make the playoffs a second time back in 2021, where he had to either win or tie the Raiders. And instead of taking the tie at the end of overtime, he took a timeout with 2 seconds left, forcing the Raiders to kick a field goal, which forced them to go to the playoffs, and the Chargers stayed home. And then last season, the Chargers in the playoffs go up 27-0 on the Jaguars. And they lose 31-27 because they just couldn't figure out how to keep a lead. It was one of the worst playoff meltdowns other than when the Bills came back from down 31, when the Patriots came back from down 25 in the Super Bowl. Brandon Staley cannot coach a football team. He'd been calling the defense many times. People asked him, "Hey, are you still calling the defense?" And he was like, "Yeah." Yesterday he was asked, "Should you still be the head football coach?" And he said yes. Obviously, Dean Spanos thought no, and this was not a move made by the general manager, as Tom Telesco was also fired because he put together a team that literally just lost by 42 points. Losing by 42 points is never good. This team looked horrible. They looked disinterested. When it was 42-0 at halftime, I was like, all right, I'm gonna hop up on something else and just watch some TV or something. Or watch some YouTube, but instead what ended up happening is I went and played the F1 game for a little while, and it sort of just turned into me sitting there being like, okay, this is weird. Because then I checked that after the F1 game after I finished playing the F1 game, I went back in and I was like, okay, how bad can this get? And it got bad. Like, really bad. To the point where I was like, Brandon Staley should be fired immediately. And yet, they didn't fire him until today. And I'm shocked that they didn't fire him at halftime. I don't believe anybody's ever been fired at halftime. I know the Bills had a player retire at halftime. That was fun. That was super fun to deal with. But yeah, no, nobody's ever been fired at halftime. So yeah, there's that. Yeah.